In a small, quiet village nestled between rolling hills, there stood a grand old tree at the village's heart. Its trunk was thick, its bark rough with age, and its branches stretched wide, offering shade to everyone who sought refuge beneath them. The tree had stood there for centuries, long before the village had been founded. It had witnessed generations of villagers grow up, grow old, and pass on. To the villagers, it was more than just a tree. It was a symbol of life, strength, and continuity. The villagers were deeply attached to the old tree. They gathered beneath its branches for celebrations, shared stories of their ancestors, and sought comfort in its presence during difficult times. Children played around its roots and elders often sat in its shade, recalling tales of the past. The tree was a silent witness to all their joys and sorrows. One day, a group of strangers arrived in the village. They were from a nearby town. They told the villagers they were there to cut it down. The strangers explained that the wood was valuable and that they could make a lot of money by selling it. Despite the villagers' protests, the strangers were insistent. They had legal rights to the land and the tree, and nothing the villagers said could change their minds. Despite their pleas and protests, the strangers were determined. The villagers had no choice but to watch as the strangers brought their axes and saws and began to cut down the old tree. The sound of the saws biting into the wood echoed through the village, and tears filled the eyes of many as they watched the tree fall to the ground with a heavy, heart-wrenching crash. After the tree was cut down, a deep silence fell over the village. The space where the tree had stood felt empty, hollow. The villagers mourned their loss, feeling as though they had lost a piece of themselves. Among the villagers was a young boy named Hassan. He had grown up playing under the tree and had always felt a special connection to it. The loss hit him hard, and for days he wandered the village, feeling lost and aimless. But one evening, as the sun was setting, Hassan had an idea. He ran to the spot where the tree had stood and knelt down, his fingers digging into the earth. "We may have lost the old tree," he whispered, "but we can plant a new one, a tree that would grow strong and tall, just as the old one had." Together, the villagers gathered seeds from the fallen tree and prepared the ground where it had stood. With hope in their hearts, they planted the seeds, watering them with care. Each villager took turns tending to the young sapling that soon sprouted. As the sapling grew, so did the villagers' hope. It wasn't just a replacement, it was a continuation of their story, a testament to their enduring spirit. Years passed, and the sapling grew into a strong, healthy tree. It wasn't as large or as old as the tree that had come before it, but it was just as beloved. Though the old tree was gone, its memory lived on in the new one, and in the hearts of the villagers who had planted it